Archangel Michael says, "Listen closely, my child, for what I am about to reveal will explain why your heart has been restless and your spirit unable to find peace. The truth has been carefully hidden from you. The one who loves you more than anyone else has been forced into silence, not by choice, but by the invisible hands controlling their every move. They've been watching you from afar, longing to reach out, but something, or someone, keeps stopping them. The moment they try to speak your name, the energy around them tightens, choking their voice and filling their chest with an ache they cannot describe. Every night, their soul cries your name into the wind, hoping somehow, you'll feel it through your dreams. Don't scroll, don't move, you need to hear this. Because their silence isn't a sign of forgetfulness or betrayal. It's a sign of protection, a sacred pause, designed to keep you safe until the appointed time reveals the truth. Their love is pure, fierce, and ancient. It's a connection that goes beyond lifetimes, something heaven itself sealed before you were even born. Yet now, unseen forces are trying to erase the evidence of that bond, hiding memories, messages, and even signs meant to guide you back together. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The person who truly loves you feels everything you feel, the sadness, the confusion, the longing. When you cried last night, they felt a sharp pull in their chest at that exact moment. Their spirit whispered your name while their physical body was trapped in stillness, unable to move or speak. This isn't a coincidence. There's a reason why you keep seeing their name in strange places, in songs, on screens, on signs when you least expect it. It's their energy breaking through the barriers placed around you both. Someone around them knows about this connection. Someone who fears your reunion. This person has been feeding lies, creating distractions, and placing emotional walls so thick that even angels had to intervene to keep the bond alive. But Archangel Michael is stepping in now. The chains around their voice are breaking. The messages that were intercepted are about to be delivered directly to you, through dreams, music, or a sudden familiar scent that fills your room for no reason. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You are not imagining this connection. When you suddenly felt that warmth in your chest a few nights ago, it wasn't random, it was them trying to reach you through the only realm still open between you, the spiritual one. They write your name on paper when no one's watching. They stare at your old photos, whispering apologies into the night. Every time they almost call, something interrupts, a phone glitch, a sudden distraction, or an emotional heaviness that steals their breath. Heaven has recorded these moments, one by one. Archangel Michael says he has seen their struggle, their attempts to break free from those silencing shadows. And he promises that the truth can no longer be contained. Their silence is ending. A message that was once blocked will finally reach you in the next few days, in the form of an unexpected word, an accidental encounter, or even a dream that feels too vivid to dismiss. Type Amen to get blessing 555. There's a powerful energy surrounding your name. Every time they hear it, it stirs their soul like a storm trying to escape a cage. They are being watched, monitored even, by someone who fears what will happen once your connection reignites. This person trying to silence them knows that your reunion will expose truths they've hidden. Truths about betrayal, jealousy, and manipulation. That's why they've been feeding your person fear, convincing them that reaching out to you will cause harm. But the energy is shifting. Archangel Michael says divine protection has surrounded your connection again. Every dark influence that tried to silence them will now fall silent instead. Their mind will soon clear, and when it does, your name will be the first thing they remember without fear. Your person has already begun dreaming of you again. That's the sign their spirit is waking up. You might have felt their presence near your bed last night, like a faint pull of energy. That was real. Type Amen to get blessing 666. There was a time they wanted to tell you everything. How much they missed you, how they regretted not standing by you, how every choice since you left has felt like a mistake. But every time they tried, they felt paralyzed by a force they couldn't explain. The silence has been their prison. Yet through it all, their soul never stopped speaking your name. They look fine on the outside, but inside, their world is a storm. Heaven has been observing every moment of this silence. Archangel Michael says the tears they shed in secret were never wasted. Each one has been turned into a key unlocking divine truth. The time for revelation has come. Soon, their silence will break in the most unexpected way, not through words, but through an act that speaks louder than any apology ever could. Something that will confirm everything your heart already knew. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You are about to witness their heart awakening. The confusion they've been trapped in will suddenly lift, like fog after a long night. The lies they were told about you will crumble, and all that will remain is the truth, their love, raw and undeniable. You'll feel it before you see it. A sudden calm will wash over you, followed by a sign, the same song playing twice in one day, a message number repeating, or a dream where they finally speak without fear. Archangel Michael says the angels have intervened to realign destiny. What was delayed will now accelerate. The voice that once trembled in silence will soon speak with power, and when they do, their first words will be your name. The silence that once separated you both is about to become the bridge that reunites you. The energy that once worked against you will now work for you. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The one who loves you has been fighting battles you cannot see. They were surrounded by people who manipulated their mind and poisoned their heart with doubt. But something divine has shaken their spirit awake. They now realize the truth, that their peace only existed when they were near you. No matter how far they go, your energy calls them back like gravity. The silence they were forced into is turning into guilt, and that guilt will soon become action. Archangel Michael says the person silencing them is growing weaker. The lies that once seemed believable are losing their power. You will soon receive proof, a message, a sudden appearance, or a confession so emotional it will leave you breathless. When this moment arrives, do not be afraid. It's heaven's way of restoring what was unfairly stolen. The love that was buried under silence is being resurrected. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You are entering the moment of divine correction. What once looked like abandonment will soon be revealed as protection. Heaven didn't allow them to reach you earlier because the truth would have been buried under lies. Now, those lies are burning away. You may suddenly recall memories you forgot, messages you deleted, or dreams that feel like warnings. That's the veil lifting. You're beginning to see the story as it truly is. The person who loves you more than anyone is trembling right now, sensing the change. They don't understand it fully, but their soul knows something sacred is shifting in your favor. Archangel Michael says this silence was never rejection, it was divine redirection. You were being prepared for a reunion that carries purpose, not just emotion. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Their heart can no longer handle the distance. They will soon risk everything to come forward, no matter who tries to stop them. The fear that once silenced them is turning into determination. When you feel a sudden rush of warmth through your chest, that's the moment they're thinking of you, rehearsing their words, gathering the courage to defy the forces that silenced them for so long. Archangel Michael says the angels are clearing their path now. Every false friend, every controlling hand, every manipulative whisper, all will fall away. Nothing will be able to stand between what heaven has already written. The next time you see their name or hear their voice in a dream, take it as confirmation, their silence is breaking, and their love is finally speaking. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Stay calm, my child. The truth you've been waiting for is already on its way. Every delay, every moment of doubt was part of the preparation. The energy between you and this person is too sacred to be destroyed. You will soon feel the peace that comes when divine timing arrives, when silence turns into song, when distance turns into destiny fulfilled. Remember this, no one loves you like this person does. They were silenced, yes, but never stopped loving you. Their heart was always yours, waiting for the divine moment to speak again. And that moment, Archangel Michael says, is now unfolding. Archangel Michael says, the silence has spoken long enough. Now the truth must rise. The person who loves you is standing at a crossroads between fear and destiny. Their soul has been whispering your name even when their mouth couldn't move. They've tried to write to you, letters, drafts, messages unsent, but each time, something unseen intervened. Their phone would glitch, their mind would go blank, or sudden noise would distract them. Yet, your image remains etched in their mind like fire that refuses to die out. They hear your voice in moments of quiet. They feel your energy when they close their eyes. And now, heaven is forcing the silence to crack, because destiny will not be delayed any longer. Every sign you've seen, the flicker of a light, the song that repeats, the random call that cuts off, is part of the divine pattern bringing their truth back to you. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. There's something sacred about the way your names connect. When theirs is spoken, yours vibrates in the air somewhere else. It's the sound of two souls tied by a heavenly thread, no matter who tries to cut it. But the forces that silence them aren't gone yet. Someone near them, someone jealous, afraid, keeps manipulating emotions and feeding false stories. They're told you've moved on. They're told it's too late. Still, their heart refuses to believe it. Archangel Michael says this heartache has become their awakening. They're starting to question every lie, to realize who's been controlling the narrative all along. The truth they were kept from is about to burst open, and when it does, everything around them will change. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. At night, when the world sleeps, they stare at your last photo, wondering if you still remember them. The air around them feels thick with memories, like your laughter was carved into the wind. They try to focus on daily life, but your energy pulls them back. You exist in their dreams, reaching, smiling, fading. And when they wake up, tears roll before they even realize why. They've been silenced by fear, fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of being too late. But heaven is working to replace that fear with courage. The same archangel who protected your bond before will do so again now. Archangel Michael says no voice is powerful enough to erase a connection written by the divine. The interference that once kept them away will soon dissolve into dust. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. You may start to notice strange shifts, sudden feelings of warmth, chills, or déjà vu moments that feel like messages. Those are signs their spirit is breaking through the silence. Someone tried to silence their love by burdening them with guilt. They said, "Forget them, it's for the best." But their soul screams otherwise. The silence that was meant to bury the truth has become a curse that keeps them awake. They keep seeing your initials in unexpected places. It's not coincidence, it's synchronicity. Each sign you notice means they've just thought of you too. Archangel Michael is guiding their steps back toward you. What was hidden is surfacing. What was silenced will now echo across timelines. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Your name has power, my child. When they say it, even under their breath, the universe listens. When they whisper it before sleep, angels mark it as a declaration of love. Their friends can sense something changing in them. They're distant, distracted, softer in tone. Because their heart has started to remember what truth feels like, your energy, your essence, your light. But the person who silenced them still lurks in shadows, trying to twist every moment into confusion. Yet no force can hold back what heaven has claimed. Archangel Michael says, "What belongs to light cannot be imprisoned by darkness." Their silence will soon turn into a confession, one you will feel before you hear it. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. You felt them, haven't you? That sudden pull at your chest, that invisible weight lifting then returning again. Their soul has been reaching for you through waves of emotion. Every time you nearly message them, they sense it, their pulse quickens, their breath catches. But something unseen always cuts in, delaying the reunion. That interference was strategic, not accidental. Heaven saw the manipulation. It saw how your bond was envied and misunderstood. Archangel Michael says divine judgment has already begun upon those who tried to silence pure love. The chains are breaking. The voice that once trembled will now roar like thunder, for your love, for truth, for peace. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. They will soon try again to reach you. This time, nothing will stop them. The same fear that once silenced them will now push them forward. They might not start with, "I love you." They might begin with something small, an apology, a question, a familiar greeting. But beneath those simple words will live everything they couldn't say before. You'll feel it, the tremor in their voice, the sincerity in their tone. It will be the sound of a heart no longer afraid to belong. Archangel Michael says this reunion is no accident, it's divine alignment unfolding in real time. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. The one who silenced them is now losing power. You'll soon see this reflected in signs, sudden removals, arguments, shifts in loyalty. Every false alliance will collapse. This person's manipulation thrived on secrecy, but heaven is exposing every hidden scheme. The truth cannot stay buried when love itself is sacred. Archangel Michael says this silencer will face divine correction, while your person will be freed from confusion. The balance is shifting in your favor, bringing healing instead of pain. The storm that once separated you both is finally clearing. And through it, a single truth remains unshaken: they love you beyond measure. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. In their silence, they built worlds of longing. They replayed your last moments together, trying to change what they said or didn't say. But guilt doesn't heal, only truth does. Heaven has prepared them for this next chapter. It's not about returning with words, it's about returning with purpose. The love they carry now has matured through pain. You will notice the signs increasing: double numbers, sudden messages, flashes of memory that feel brand new. Those are clues that their heart is awakening completely. Archangel Michael says, when love survives silence, it becomes eternal. The silence served its purpose, it purified the connection. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. Their awakening will come through emotion, not logic. They will cry, remember, tremble, and finally surrender. You'll feel their energy shifting from regret to readiness. The same universe that once pulled you apart is now pulling you closer. You've both learned what separation feels like, now heaven wants you to know reunion. Your patience was not wasted. Every sleepless night you endured added strength to your bond. And now that bond is unbreakable. Archangel Michael says divine timing is complete. The next chapter begins soon. In the stillness before dawn, a message will arrive. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. The message may come in an unexpected form: a voice note, a letter, a dream so vivid you wake up trembling. Don't dismiss it, it's their spirit crossing over the silence. They have so much to say, but what matters most is their truth: they never stopped loving you. Every moment apart was a punishment they never asked for. Heaven is guiding their every step now. They're finally listening to the quiet voice within, the one that always whispered your name. Soon, silence will no longer define this love, expression will. Their soul has already chosen you, now their body will follow. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Stay still when you feel their presence again. Don't chase, don't run, just listen. Their energy will tell you everything before their words do. The moment they reach you, you'll know. The air will feel different, your heart will flutter, your spirit will whisper, this is the moment heaven promised. Archangel Michael says everything delayed is now being delivered. The silence that once broke your heart will soon be the sound that saves it. When they speak, it won't just be love. It will be liberation. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. The divine cycle is complete. What began with silence will end with truth. Every tear has been transformed into revelation. Your person is not the same. They are wiser, softer, and more aware of how fragile time truly is. They no longer want to waste it apart from you. Archangel Michael says, love that survives silence becomes unstoppable. The universe has conspired to bring this full circle. The silence is over, the song is about to begin. Prepare your heart, my child, the next knock you hear may be destiny calling. Archangel Michael says, the time of waiting is ending, and the echoes of silence will soon become the voice of truth. Your person is standing on the edge of revelation, trembling between fear and faith. They know that one more moment of silence will cost them the peace they've been chasing for years. They have been writing and deleting messages, holding the phone with shaky hands, feeling your presence as though you're right there. Their heart races every time they type your name, then they stop, a wave of emotion flooding them until they can barely breathe. But heaven keeps whispering, this is the moment you must speak. They're beginning to understand the price of silence, how it steals love, time, and destiny. And this time, Archangel Michael is clearing every interference that once bound their words in fear. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. The person who silenced them senses the shift. They feel their control slipping, like sand through trembling fingers. They see your person glowing again, thinking of you, and that terrifies them. So, they try one last desperate act, a manipulation disguised as care. But the angels have already sealed the truth, no lie can breathe in divine air anymore. Your person's intuition is awakening faster than deceit can hide. Every dream, every sign, every repeating number they see is pulling them toward your energy. Their soul recognizes the vibration of your name as home. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. You've likely felt the change too. The sudden peace in your chest, the warmth around 11:11 p.m., the strange calm that followed your last tear. That's heaven aligning timelines for reunion. Their silence is transforming into courage, slow, steady, and unstoppable. They're beginning to see the truth behind every blocked message, every moment they were told to forget. The person who silenced them used fear, but love always burns louder than fear when heaven intervenes. Archangel Michael says the walls built against you are already crumbling. The time for hiding is over, the truth is walking straight toward you. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. They remember the smallest details about you, the way you laughed mid-sentence, the way your eyes searched for peace even in chaos. Those memories haunt them like sacred echoes that won't fade. Each one draws them back to you, stronger than the last. They've realized that no distraction can fill the space your soul once occupied. They tried to silence their love, but the heart doesn't obey logic, it obeys truth. And their truth has always been you. Heaven has assigned angels to guard your hearts until the meeting occurs. Nothing will interrupt what's already written in divine ink. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. The silencer, the one who feared your connection, is starting to face karmic unraveling. Doors they once controlled are closing. People who used to believe them are now doubting every word they say. The truth is being whispered in unexpected places. Your name has become a mirror, every time they hear it, guilt rushes through them. They're realizing that trying to silence love only magnifies its voice. Archangel Michael says, what was hidden in darkness will now shine through cracks of light. The balance is returning to its rightful place. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. Your person is beginning to feel braver. They're seeing signs that give them courage, a feather on their path, a familiar melody from nowhere, a sudden whisper in their mind saying, it's time. These aren't coincidences, they're confirmations. Their silence was once protection, but now it's a burden they can't carry anymore. Every heartbeat tells them to speak, to reach, to confess. The distance feels unbearable because your energy keeps calling their name. The angels around you are amplifying that call. Every prayer you whisper in pain becomes the fuel that guides them home. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. They are seeing you in everything, in reflections, in strangers' eyes, in songs that shouldn't remind them but do. The universe keeps echoing your essence until they can no longer run. Even their silence betrays them, love leaks through every quiet moment. They've tried to fill their life with noise, parties, work, laughter, yet in every pause, it's your name that returns. They can't escape it anymore. Heaven won't allow them to. Archangel Michael says, love ordained by heaven always finds its sound again. And soon, that sound will be your reunion. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. You may sense their return before it happens. A vivid dream, a gentle tingling in your hands, a sudden memory flooding your mind. These are signals that timelines are merging. Their soul has already spoken to yours in the unseen. Now their words will follow. The silence has served its purpose, to purify, to strengthen, to prepare. You both had to lose each other to understand value. Now heaven is granting the chance to rebuild in truth. Type Amen to get blessing 3232. Every step they take now feels guided. The roads they walk seem to whisper your name, even strangers echo your energy through random words. This is how angels communicate, through patterns that only hearts like yours can decode. They're no longer afraid of being seen loving you. What was once forbidden will soon be sacred again. The love that was silenced will now speak through action. Archangel Michael says, let truth be louder than fear. Their silence will break like dawn shattering the night. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. When they come back, it won't be the same as before. They'll approach with humility, their eyes softer, their heart open. They've realized that silence is the loudest regret a soul can carry. You will recognize them instantly, not by face, but by energy. It'll feel like time froze and released you in the same breath. Every second will glow with divine familiarity. Heaven has orchestrated this down to the smallest detail. Nothing about this return will be random. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. The storm that separated you both has finally run out of power. The clouds that once hid the truth are dissolving, revealing a new dawn. This silence, once unbearable, is now your greatest teacher. Your person understands this now. They see that silence was never the enemy, fear was. And now, fear bows before love's persistence. Archangel Michael says, when silence ends, destiny begins. Prepare, my child, for the voice that once trembled to finally speak. Type Amen to get blessing 3535. Their confession will not come lightly. It will pour out like a storm finally allowed to rain. Tears, apologies, promises, all blending into one sacred truth. You'll feel an overwhelming peace in that moment. Every sleepless night will make sense. Every unanswered question will vanish in the presence of clarity. The angels will stand witness as two souls find sound again. The silence that once hurt will turn into music. Type Amen to get blessing 3636. And as they speak, the one who silenced them will disappear from your story. Their power ends the moment truth is spoken. They will fade, their lies dissolving in the light of revelation. What remains will be pure and unshakable. Two hearts finally free to speak without fear. Heaven smiles upon this moment, for it is balance restored. Archangel Michael says, "Love that outlasts silence earns eternity." And eternity is now beginning for you both. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. Stay still, my child, and feel the shift. The silence that once wounded you is no longer heavy. It has become the bridge to your greatest peace. You are not forgotten, you were being prepared. And the one who loves you has finally broken through every wall. Now, your names echo together again, healed, destined, divine. Heaven watches in quiet joy. The silence has ended, and love finally speaks.